supposed to begin, it was announced that was forthcoming on Wednesday. That was very quickly stopped. What happened, and what are you looking for? If you'd explain. And does that mean, do you think a crime was committed here?
I can speak to the demolition, emergency demolition that was halted, and I'll turn it over to Walt again. But yes, the initial emergency demolition was halted. The purpose of it, to begin with, was to open up some of the building to have access to some of the hot spots because the fire was still burning. And at that point, once the fire was under control, we halted it. We were worried about the stability of the building. We knew the national response team was going to arrive the next day, and they were going to assess the building further. So that's why we halted the demolition, so the investigation could continue in a safer manner.
So again, it's very early in the investigation, but we're looking at all aspects of fire causation within the structure. We're interviewing people, going throughout this interview process, getting witness statements, videos from surrounding businesses, and putting it all together and trying to create a timeline and trying to see exactly what happened. But it's very early in the investigation to speculate on anything else at this time.
Okay.
Is it possible to just elaborate on what we're looking at? What gets the shovels, that process of loading?
Sure. So we're trying to get in, excavate the scene, examine the interior of the structure based on some videos and witness statements on where the fire may have started, and we're working our way back in there. Why we're using buckets and wheelbarrows today is because the structure is built over a full basement and it can't handle the weight of any heavy machinery. We have heavy machinery on scene, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to use those pieces of machinery today due to the stability of the building. So we're having to hand excavate and hand pull out certain structural members and other pieces of debris to take a look at those items to see if they're of any evidentiary value.
Anyone else?
Yeah, have you been able to identify the workers and interview them?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Anything else?
Have you spoken to them yet? Have you been able to speak to them? The workers,
We had some initial interviews with them, with those, and they provided some information to us. Yes.
Commissioner, do you know more about what happened with the fire? And if you could explain a little bit about, you went into the fire, it didn't look as bad. Can you explain why firefighters do go into a fire? Because it was supposed to be empty, right?
Yes, well, I think at some point we have to enter the structure to investigate. So that is what happened.
Okay.
We entered the structure to investigate. Issues deteriorated pretty rapidly after that. And unfortunately, as you know, there was a backdraft, there was a collapse, there was a backdraft did occur, which compromised part of the structure. And a mayday was called, mayday was activated by Jason. We know that for sure. And unfortunately, we were not able to retrieve, and the rest of the crew had to evacuate themselves. So that's what we know thus far. We're still trying to piece together some of the other parts of the operation, but that's the basic.
Was there a second backdraft too? That's what it sounded like?
We do believe there was a second backdraft as well, yes.
Okay.
We believe the first backdraft caused part of the structural collapse, and Jason was covered by a significant amount of debris, and that's why they were not able to retrieve in time.
Okay.
Any details or information on the funeral arrangements yet, as to where it's going to be or when?
Yes, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I'll repeat it. So the wake is going to be at Amazon Funeral Home, 2 to 8 on Thursday, and the funeral mass is Delaware and West Ferry. Amazon Funeral Home, Delaware and West Ferry. And the funeral mass is going to be at St. Joseph's Cathedral, 10 a.m. on Friday.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Just for clarification, the funeral is open.
The funeral is open to the public, yes.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.